Hey guys, it's Tia at B5 Designs, and I am here to share my Saturday Morning Makes project for this week. This will be project number 5, I believe, for me. And Saturday Morning Makes is hosted by Jill Norwood. If you don't know who Jill Norwood is, she's an amazing crafter. She's like an OG of YouTube, and this is an ongoing kind of collaboration with her. And you just put in hashtag SAT Morn Makes, and then your video will be in with everybody's Saturday Morning Makes project, and that's how you can also search other people's Saturday Morning Makes projects. And there are a lot of really amazing crafters that join in on this. Some are there every week. Of course, Jill herself is there, and Jill makes some amazing tags, and I think that's kind of what tags and cards are what she's known for. She designs and for some companies and things like that. So I am on here to share what I made this week. My actual project that I was working on, I thought I had pretty much completed last Saturday. I just needed to add a ribbon and a bow to it. And when I went out was going to do that this morning, I noticed that there was a piece that is kind of coming off. And so I got to re-glue that. And so I thought, well, last night I was in my living room working away. And so I will share what I completed last night, which is this wand. Let me back up a little bit. I know that seems like a wand. What a silly project. But this wand is for my December composition junk journal. And this is what I've been working on. And of course, my junk journal won't be complete until the end of December. I have all of these pages to fill up, and it's all prepped and ready to go. I have some pages put in already with areas to write in and silly little things. To me, my holiday starts on Thanksgiving. So that is where my December, even though it's November, a lot happens for me once Thanksgiving starts. And this little one will have a picture of my granddaughter who was here in her little turkey gear. And then I will journal here our Thanksgiving Day dinner evening with my sons. And then it'll go into, whatever. I don't do like an everyday, like I don't do December 1st, December 2nd, December 3rd. Tonight we were supposed to go see my two grandsons that live about an hour from us, but one of the little guys is sick, so we had to postpone, and we just want him to get better because, he's only a little over 2, so that's tough on those little guys. And then, the baby is only 2 months. So I follow Rebecca Hoot on YouTube with her composition notebook junk journals. She does all kinds of junk journals. But I like the composition notebook junk journals. It's an easy way to kind of get you started into the junk journal process. And so what I did, I was watching TV last night and was working on this. I actually was trying to do shaker cards, and I realized this isn't working. I need to be in my craft room because I there's too many papers that I need to get, and glue and shaker bits and all of this and that, and I thought I had die cut a bunch and it just wasn't working. So I will move into here today, into my craft room, to do that and keep my living room little craft space, which is just my couch, for my junk journaling, because it's really easy to cut paper and glue it down and, print your pictures and go to town working on that out there while you're watching TV. And by TV, I mean YouTube or Netflix or whatever. But anyway, back to my little wand. I don't have any of this stuff in here. Ow, that was a piece of glue. That hurt. But I had gone to, I can't remember if it was Michael's or Hobby Lobby. I think it was Hobby Lobby, and bought a pack of very, very thin sticks. Like they're like balsa wood sticks. I'm so upset that I don't have one in here. And there's like 3 of them in the pack, and they're really long. And I just cut, they're thin enough and they're flat enough that I can just cut them with scissors. I know a lot of people use like popsicle sticks or straws to make their wands, and that's great. I just don't buy the straws. I don't even know if I've seen any holiday ones this year. I just don't buy them because they just sit in my craft drawer because it's just, I just don't use enough of them. So, and I never think, I haven't been doing swaps for a while. So they just sit and it's just taking up space. So I just don't buy them. So I thought, well, I will buy this because I do know that I'll be doing journals, and I can make these for in my journals. And so I started out with this balsa wood stick, and then I had this white kind of fluffy trim that I had picked up in the bullseye spot at Target a couple of weeks ago, and the eyelash trim, which I also picked up at Target a couple of weeks ago. And I thought I'd really use a lot of it, and I haven't so far because one came on a tree and one came on a snowman. And I thought, oh, I'll utilize these in my junk journal. Well, you know what? If I don't utilize it this year, I can utilize it next year. Or, a snowman that could go in my January. Now, January will probably be January, February, and March as far as my junk journal. But anyway, so I intertwined these together, and then on just one side of the balsa stick, I put down glossy accents because I wanted something to be able to hold grip onto this ribbon. Sorry for the bouncing of my phone. And then I just started winding it around, and then when I got to the bottom, well, it's supposed to be glued down, but I see I must not have held it long enough to get tacked on, so I will have to go back and do that. But it looks cute. It looks snowy. Now, if I didn't have the eyelash trim in there, you wouldn't see that kind of holographic looking stuff, and it actually could use more because I'm all about that. But it's okay. And then I went to make the ribbon, or whatever you want to call it, that I wanted to have on here. And I used, this is from last year or the year before, I picked up at Michael's 2 rolls of this stuff. And it's kind of lightly wired. I think it's not even really wired. It's I don't know how to explain it, but it held its curl from being on the spool. So that's what I liked about it. But it came with the red, the green, and the silver all on one spool. And so I took and I put 2 strands of each. And like I said, it's held its curl, and that's what I like about it. And I actually tied it together at the top with twine, but made it really, really flat. And then my little gingerbread is a gingerbread from Dollar Tree. Now, they had these this year, but they only had 4 in a pack. So this is something that you would have seen in a haul of mine a few weeks ago. But I wanted to put the same one on the back, but if I would have done that, it would have messed up the bow. So I happened to have these, and I think I bought these a few weeks ago too. If not, they were in my stash. I'm not sure. And this little back side of him is all glittery and cute. It's one of those things where the glitter has kind of, because I've handled it a lot, I guess, the glitter's kind of coming off. I see a little bit. I mean, it's still there, but it could be stickled up again. And this is just paper where the other side is felt, but it worked really good to cover up and conceal the ribbon, and that's what I wanted. And so I actually used double-sided tape and glossy accents because I wanted to make sure that it stuck down good. And so then I just stuck them together, and voila, here is that amazingness. And let's see if I back up a little bit. Sorry, I don't know how to use my phone all that well. That is not it. Sometimes it lets me and sometimes it doesn't. But anyway, so then I just had to add more of this eyelash trim. And so I cut a couple strings of that and tied it around, and then I have this trim that was in my stash because it's going to be non-cooperative. I don't know what, I'm pretty sure I got this at Dollar Tree last year, and you can see it says Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. And so I just tied around, and I tied it in a knot, and I did go up and see, I'm going to fuss with it because it drives me crazy if you can't see what it says and then it's not. And then I did tack a little bit of glossy accents up underneath of there, just because I don't think it would slide off, but just in case, I don't want it to. So there it is, guys. My little wand. And when I put it in my book, because it's got a little floof, it'll go in there like that and hang off like that. And then eventually I will be making a charm that will go on here. But isn't that so cute? And this video, I'm sorry it's so long, but it's just so cute and I'm so excited about it. And I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope I gave you some inspiration. And remember, guys, to check out #SatMornMakes. And I hope everybody has a super amazing weekend, and keep crafting. Bye.